Okay, so the previous trade that I took was up here in the range expansion area. Obviously, there was a consolidation, and that's uh, just here. But we get the we can see the curve of the range expansion that which is where I took the actual trade. Now, this the opportunity for me to assess this trade down here later on, which I will do. But first, I want to take a look at the uh, range that preceded that we were basically in until, let's say, the 1st of March, actually, when gold really just did start to pump. Um, Now, gold has been in a uptrend for quite some time. And what I want to do is just go back and take a look at what a secondary test trade would look like inside of this trading range and how it fits the strategy that I do. So putting the replay candle back, if I can get it to work, uh, let's say just here, and we can see that we're traveling below the daily SMA. Obviously, when I zoom in, I can also see that I'm in a consolidation range on the 4-hour chart. So I'm good to move into the 15-minute chart. So on the 15-minute chart, I can see that I have a buying climax automatic reaction and uh, accumulation at a lower level. But obviously, I want price to break the top of the trading range before I execute a long position. And I do want the market to also show a major sign of strength before I execute that position as well. So I'll just let the tape run for a moment and see what happens. Um, See if we can get a sign of strength rally or some last points of supply to build up a little bit of cause. That is what happens, and we get a sign of strength rally. Okay, we're traveling above the trading range. The major sign of strength would be the breakout, retest, and continuation. Just want to point out here that we don't get into low volume until we've breached this area, which is the case now. And what we want to do now is just put the stop loss down here. And what are we, 198, so 246. Take profit. I would pretty much more or less already reached the take profit area of 653. There we go. Okay, cool. So pretty much an easy trade. Obviously, there was this pullback, but the pullback did not take us out. And we got a good trade on that. So very easy trade to take. And let's just go to the 15-minute chart. Okay, on the 15-minute chart, we can see that the trade was executed around about here at the stop loss. obviously below because we didn't get taken out. I'm going to have to really sort of, that's 12:30, and the trade was executed at 10:30. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure what to make of this other than the fact that it was the US Open. If I'm going to take a trade into the US Open on gold, I have to let my increase the stop loss. Basically, if you're going to take overnight volatility, that's just how it is. All right, so let's just go into another secondary test. Okay, which secondary test are we going to look at? Let's take a look at this secondary test over here. And I want to also note that, a lot of these tests pull back. So you don't just see this is a range. So you're not just seeing like, price fly to the top of the range. You're seeing price pull back and retest the trading range. And that will happen multiple times, in a range bound environment. And that is also to be expected when we're trading short. So it's nothing unusual and just something that I really sort of have to be aware of. Um, okay, so let's take a look at this part of the range. So we get actually, I want to come back even more and see if I've somehow been tricked into taking an early trade by the way the price action looks when I zoom into it. So we see that the earliest break of the 4-hour SMA occurs roughly this far back. So I'll go into the 15 minutes. So yeah, on the 15-minute chart, what we can see is that we do have an absorption of supply in this wick, and rightio. So whether or not that can be counted as a major sign of strength at this point is, well, it's just not a major sign of strength. It is, however, looking like a phase C test. Okay. So if I were to take that trade here, that would have been tapped, would have been tapped out. And now we are looking for a break of the, we've changed the height rather of the trading range. We're getting multiple last points of supply. We've got a backing up action here, another backing up action taking place. We are traveling well above the trading range, which is a sign of, so we're spending a lot of time rather above the trading range in a backing up action, which is a sign of a major sign of strength. We come back and we test the neckline of this minor accumulation inside the range. We're coming back out again, looking to break that with a breakout candle of some description without coming back into the range. Oh, there's some absorption. What happens here? When we come back into the range, realize that I do not have the correct volume profile on. This volume profile has acted as support against this interim accumulation. We get a breakout, point of control holds up a support. Looking very strong now. We want to smash this right here, and we can see that we've gathered so much. I'm just going to pause it for a second. And all right, I would, with the amount of momentum behind the trading range, like it's not, I wouldn't be too sort of, how would I put it? I wouldn't be too displeased to put my stop loss, keep as tight a stop loss with that build up of momentum. Like we built up a lot of force to clear the trading range. And I just want to move into the 4 hour. So it'll be interesting to see. Okay, cool. And on the 4 hour, we get a cross of the point of control. There we go. And trade gets taken out at the top of the trading range. And indeed, we get our 3-to-1 risk reward. So that's what that trade looked like in the end. Very complicated trading range in terms of we had multiple. Let me just demarcate the actual trading range with some solid lines. And again, there's a lesson here in terms of taking multiple signs of strength into account before executing a trade. Which is what we did. And the reason that the trade was taken exactly where it was is because multiple price had to clear the volume profile nodes in order for us to execute a trade right here. All in all, a good trade. I want it to be noted that in the future, I'm going to have to calculate my risk reward in terms of the nearest resistance. Obviously, this just gave us 3-to-1 risk reward, but I will have to be careful with that in the future. And just before I shut this video down, I just wanted to point out what this trade would have looked like as a short, just to point out there really is no difference in terms of taking shorts because, price has the ability to pull back when you are in a range. It's just, it is what it is. And this looks exactly like what a short would look like were I to have taken it if the chart were upside down, basically. So very interesting.